A cinematic clash of fame and fate lights, camera, verdict. The Sean Diddy Combs trial is the hottest show in New York, transforming the Manhattan Federal Courthouse into a stage for a legal drama that's got the world on the edge of its seat. As of July 1st, 2025, the jury's deep in deliberations and the tension's thicker than the VIP list at one of Diddy's iconic white parties. This isn't just a trial, it's a cultural juggernaut, a high-stakes showdown where fame, power, and accountability collide in a spectacle that's rewriting the rules of celebrity justice. With a rogue juror stealing the spotlight, explosive evidence setting the stage, and a global audience hanging on every twist, the Diddy saga is serving more drama than a chart-topping music video. Buckle up, because we're diving into every glittering, gritty detail of this blockbuster battle, where one man's empire hangs in the balance. The charges. A mogul's dynasty. Under fire, Sean Combs, Diddy, Puff Daddy, the mastermind behind Bad Boy Records, has spent decades building a legacy that's the stuff of legend. From launching Notorious B.I.G. to redefining nightlife with Ciroc-fueled bashes, he's been the ultimate king of cool, a mogul whose influence spans music, fashion, and pop culture. But now he's fighting for his freedom in a courtroom thriller that could torch it all. The prosecution's dropped a bombshell with 5 federal charges, each one hitting harder than a baseline in a club banger. Racketeering conspiracy. The headliner alleging Diddy ran a criminal enterprise for 2 decades, orchestrating a web of sex trafficking, drug distribution, bribery, and coercion with the precision of a Grammy-winning producer. A guilty verdict here could mean a life sentence, a fall from grace that would shake the music world. 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion tied to explosive accusations from ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura and another accuser, Jane, claiming Diddy used his wealth, influence, and intimidation to trap them in abusive, non-consensual sexual encounters dubbed freak-offs, prolonged sessions allegedly fueled by drugs like ketamine, GHB, and ecstasy. 2 counts of transportation for prostitution, accusing Diddy of flying sex workers across state lines for illicit activities, painting him as a mogul who turned his empire into a personal playground for his darkest desires. The prosecution's case is a masterclass in storytelling built on a mountain of evidence. Thousands of pages of text, phone recordings, explicit videos, and over 30 witnesses who've painted Diddy as a calculating puppet master. Cassie Ventura's testimony is the centerpiece, a 4-day emotional roller coaster detailing alleged physical and sexual abuse over years. A 2016 hotel surveillance video showing Diddy chasing and attacking her in a Los Angeles hallway has become the trial's defining image, a gut punch that's gone viral and shifted public perception. Other accusers, Jane and Mia, echoed her claims of coercion and violence, while witnesses like Dawn Richard of Diddy Kane and Carrie Morgan, Cassie's friend, described a pattern of abuse that allegedly spanned decades. 2 male escorts, including Daniel Phillip, added shock value, testifying they were paid to have sex with Cassie while Diddy watched, filming the encounters. Diddy's defense, led by the razor-sharp Mark Agnifilo, is playing a different tune, and it's a bold one. They didn't call a single witness, opting for a high-risk strategy: dismantle the prosecution's narrative through cross-examinations. Agnifilo admits Diddy's had messy moments, episodes of domestic violence, drug use, but insists there's no criminal empire here. The freak-offs? Just consensual adult fun, they argue, part of a swinger lifestyle that's being twisted by accusers chasing fame, fortune, or revenge. Texts showing affection from Cassie and others to Diddy are their ace in the hole, suggesting love, not coercion, was the vibe. They've painted the accusers as unreliable, pointing to inconsistencies in their stories and possible motives like financial gain or personal grudges. It's a gamble that's got legal insiders buzzing. Is it a masterstroke that'll set Diddy free, or a misstep that could cost him everything? The jury drama. A rogue juror steals the spotlight. The jury, 8 men, 4 women, a diverse cross-section of New Yorkers, hit the deliberation room on June 30, 2025 at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and the drama erupted faster than a Diddy party in the Hamptons. Within 1 hour, yes, 60 minutes, the foreperson sent a note to Judge Aaron Subramanian, dropping a bombshell that set the courthouse ablaze. Juror 25, a 51-year-old white guy with a PhD in molecular biology, is going rogue. This brainiac's refusing to follow the judge's instructions, and the other 11 jurors are throwing shade, calling him out like he's crashed their exclusive after-party. Is he Team Diddy, digging in his heels for a not guilty verdict, convinced the mogul's been framed? Or is he gunning for conviction, ignoring the law to make a point about Diddy's alleged crimes? The speculation's electric, and this lone wolf's turned the deliberation room into a battlefield. Juror 25 isn't just any holdout, he's a plot twist that could rewrite the trial's ending. Described as highly educated and analytical, he's not your average juror. Legal experts are whispering about jury nullification, a rare and dramatic move where a juror says, "Forget the law, I'm doing what I think is right." Picture it. 11 jurors, possibly ready to convict on at least one count, staring down this one guy who's not budging. The note, sent between 12:30 and 1:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on June 30th, suggests the majority's locked in, maybe leaning toward guilty, while Juror 25's playing his own game. Is he convinced Diddy's a victim of an overzealous prosecution, swayed by the defense's argument that this is a lifestyle, not a crime? Or does he see Diddy as a danger to society, refusing to acquit no matter what the evidence says? The courtroom's alive with whispers, and this juror's become the unexpected star of the show, a wild card who could make or break the case. Judge Subramanian, keeping it cooler than a Diddy ice chain, didn't rush to eject Juror 25. Instead, he fired back a note reminding the jury to stick to his 61-page legal instructions, a detailed playbook that demands they base their verdict solely on evidence, not emotions or biases, and find Diddy guilty only if the prosecution proves their case beyond a reasonable doubt. Kicking out a juror this early? That's a risky move that could scream rigged trial if Diddy's convicted, handing his legal team a golden ticket for an appeal. Subramanian's playing it smart, urging the jury to keep deliberating and work through their differences. By the end of day one, the jury sent 2 more notes, one asking for clarification on drug distribution, a key piece of the racketeering charge tied to allegations of Diddy supplying drugs like ketamine for freak-offs, and another undisclosed hinting at heated discussions behind closed doors. After over 5 hours, they wrapped at 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time without a verdict, leaving the world hanging on what's next. Day 2. The jury digs. Deeper on. July 1st, 2025, the jury was back at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, diving into the evidence like detectives on a mission. By mid-morning, they sent a 5th note requesting transcripts of Cassie Ventura's testimony, specifically about incidents at the Los Angeles Intercontinental Hotel, where that infamous 2016 video was filmed, and in Cannes, as well as Daniel Phillips' account, the male escort who claimed he was paid for sex acts while Diddy watched. This move screams focus, showing the juries zeroing in on the sex trafficking charges, dissecting every word to see if the prosecution's claims of coercion hold water. The prosecution and defense are still battling over which transcript snippets to share, adding another layer of intrigue to an already explosive process. The jury's got a laptop loaded with evidence, texts, photos, videos, and can deliberate past 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time if they all agree. Their request for specific testimony suggests they're wrestling with the case's core. Was Diddy a predator orchestrating a criminal empire or a playboy living a consensual, if controversial, lifestyle? The drug distribution question from day one hints they're also grappling with the racketeering charge, which requires proof that Diddy and his crew agreed to commit at least 2 crimes, like trafficking or drug dealing. Every note they send is a clue, and the world's playing detective, trying to guess which way they're leaning. The evidence. A tale of power, betrayal, and ambiguity. The prosecution's case is a high-octane narrative of control and betrayal, built on a foundation of hard evidence and emotional testimony. Over 7 weeks, starting May 12, 2025, they called 34 witnesses, from ex-employees to alleged victims, painting Diddy as a calculating kingpin who used his empire to exploit women. Cassie's testimony was the emotional epicenter, detailing years of alleged abuse, from physical assaults to coerced sexual encounters. That 2016 video showing Diddy chasing her down a hotel hallway, kicking and dragging her, is the trial's viral lightning bolt, a piece of evidence so raw it's impossible to unsee. Jane and Mia echoed her claims, describing freak-offs where they were allegedly pressured into sex acts while drugged or threatened. Dawn Richard, a former Danity Kane member, and Carrie Morgan, Cassie Billy's friend, testified about witnessing Diddy's violent behavior, while a psych expert, Dawn Hughes, explained how abusers use control tactics to trap victims. The prosecution's evidence is a treasure trove. Thousands of pages of text, phone recordings, and explicit videos allegedly showing Diddy orchestrating these encounters. They claim his inner circle, executives, bodyguards, assistants, enabled the scheme, acting as a well-oiled machine to keep victims in line. The male escort's testimony, particularly Daniel Phillips, added a shocking twist, alleging Diddy paid them to perform while he watched and filmed. It's a damning portrait, but not without cracks. The defense pounced on inconsistencies in the accuser's stories, pointing to texts where Cassie and others expressed affection for Diddy, suggesting mutual desire, not coercion. They framed the freak-offs as consensual adult activities, not crimes, and painted the accusers as opportunists seeking financial gain or revenge. Diddy's legal team's decision to call no witnesses is a bold power move that's got everyone talking. Agnifalo's cross-examinations were surgical, highlighting moments where accusers seemed to contradict themselves or benefit from their allegations. For example, Cassie's 2023 civil lawsuit against Diddy, settled for a reported $30 million, was used to question her motives. The defense also pointed to Lala, a close friend of Diddy's late ex, Kim Porter, and guardian of his twins, who spoke outside court about Cassie and Jane causing chaos in their circle. Lala's comments hinted at a messy backstory, alleging Cassie was involved with Diddy while Kim was pregnant, but she never took the stand. Why? Was her testimony too risky, potentially opening the door to damaging counterattacks? Or did the defense bet on a clean, evidence-focused strategy to avoid muddying their narrative? It's a question that's got legal analysts and fans alike speculating wildly. The courtroom scene, family fame, and a cultural circus. The courtroom's been a star-studded spectacle with Diddy's family, Mom Janice and 6 of his kids, showing up daily, holding hands and praying as deliberations began on June 30th. Diddy himself has been a picture of calm, scribbling notes, whispering with his legal team, and even flashing self-help books like The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale and The Happiness Advantage by Sean Akor. Is he channeling Zen vibes to sway the jury's energy, or just keeping his cool under pressure? The family's presence adds a human layer to the saga, reminding everyone that behind the headlines, this is a man fighting for his legacy and his freedom. Outside the courthouse, it's a full-blown circus. Influencers, YouTubers, and even Ye have popped up to soak in the drama, turning the trial into a global obsession. Fake AI-generated videos about the case are racking up millions of views online, proving this isn't just a trial, it's a cultural phenomenon. From Brooklyn to Brazil, fans and critics are dissecting every move, from Juror 25's rebellion to Diddy's courtroom demeanor. There's even wild chatter about a possible Trump pardon, though it's pure speculation with no concrete backing. The trial's a magnet for attention, drawing parallels to O.J. Simpson's 1995 case for its media frenzy and cultural weight. The cultural earthquake. Why this trial matters. This trial isn't just about Diddy, it's a seismic shift in the culture, a moment that's sparking debates on fame, power, and accountability. The Me Too era has amplified the voices of accusers like Cassie, whose testimony, backed by that brutal 2016 video, has hit hard, reshaping how the public sees Diddy. Unlike O.J.'s trial, where race and celebrity dominated the narrative, Diddy's case is layered with modern questions about consent, coercion, and the dark side of stardom. The freak-off allegations, graphic, salacious, and divisive, have split fans. Some see Diddy as a predator who weaponized his empire. Others view him as a target, framed by a vengeful ex or a system out to take down a black icon. Lala's comments outside court, questioning Cassie and Jane's motives while acknowledging Diddy's flaws, highlight the messy human complexity of the case. The trial's also a mirror for society's obsession with celebrity. Diddy's white parties, his bad boy swagger, his larger-than-life persona. They're all part of the story, making every revelation feel like a plot twist in a reality show. The viral spread of fake videos and online debates shows how this case transcends the courtroom, becoming a global conversation about who gets to tell their story and who gets believed. It's a trial that's as much about evidence as it is about perception, and the jury's decision will ripple far beyond Manhattan. What's next? Verdict watch and wildcards as deliberations roll into July 1st, 2025. The possibilities are as electric as a Diddy party. Conviction. A guilty verdict on racketeering could mean life in prison, a fall that would shake the music world to its core. Even lesser charges carry heavy sentences, 15 years minimum for sex trafficking. Acquittal. If the jury buys the defense's lifestyle argument, Diddy could walk free, ready to reclaim his throne with a comeback story for the ages. Hung jury. Juror 25's antics could deadlock the jury, forcing a mistrial and a potential retrial. It's a long shot, but it's on the table, especially with the early drama. Appeal potential. If convicted, Diddy's team is already eyeing appeals, particularly if Juror 25's rebellion raises questions about fairness. The defense's no-witness strategy could also be scrutinized if the verdict goes against them. The jury's got a laptop packed with evidence, texts, photos, videos, and can deliberate past 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time if they agree. Judge Subramanian, who estimated the trial would wrap by July 4th, is keeping things tight, ensuring the process stays fair. The jury's focus on Cassie's testimony and the drug distribution question suggests they're wrestling with the case's core. Was Diddy a predator orchestrating a criminal empire, or a playboy living a consensual, if controversial, lifestyle? Every note they send is a clue, and the world's playing detective, trying to guess the outcome. The verdict vibe. A global spotlight as the jury deliberates on July 1st, 2025, the tension's palpable. The courtroom's a pressure cooker, with Diddy's family praying, his legal team strategizing, and the world watching. Will Juror 25's rebellion derail the process, or will the majority's apparent unity push them toward a unanimous verdict? The answer could redefine Diddy's legacy, king or criminal, and send shockwaves through the culture. This trial's a high-wire act, a dazzling, divisive spectacle that's got everyone from fans to foes glued to the drama. Stay tuned, because the next twist could drop any minute, and it's guaranteed to be a banger.